building a coaching business while everyone else thinks you will fail. It's probably one of the hardest conversations that you can take when you're a business owner, when you want to build your business. One of the biggest realizations at the start that a lot of the time you need to make in order to be able to grow your coaching business is just realizing and accepting this uncomfortable truth. Most of the time people want to see you do well, but they never really want to see you do they never really want to see you do better than what they're doing, right? So when you're starting to post content, when you're starting your coaching business, when you're starting to grow it, when you're starting to build it, one of the biggest things you can take is the environment you're surrounding yourself in, what people you're around, what kind of information you're listening to, because your subconscious mind is an extremely powerful thing, and it can either serve you to grow and build your coaching business, or it can be the thing that destroys you and holds you back. If you're a coach making 500, £1,000 online, if you're making £5,000 or £10,000 and you want to go to the next level, realizing that what got you here isn't going to get you there is probably one of the biggest bits of anchors you can take when it comes to growing to that next level. There's many things you can incorporate or interpret when you hear this. You can hear this from a young guy that's made a ton of money, that has a pool in the background in Greece. You can hear it from me, and you can kind of take offense to anything that I'm trying to tell you to get rid of all your friends. I'm certainly not saying that. But what I am saying is, if you do want to go to the next level, ultimately you need to look at the information you're kind of consuming right now. You need to look at the habits you're in. Even the coaching programs you're currently in, if you've been in the same program, in the same mentorship program for 6 months or 12 months, and you're still at the same level, there's probably a reason behind it, and there's probably a change that you need to make in order to be able to grow to the next level, in terms of where you want to take it. So the harsh reality for most coaches is they get sabotaged because they just don't believe in themselves. They don't believe that things are possible in terms of building, in terms of growing to the next level, and they pack it in way too early. Look, I hate to break it to you, I hate to be this guy, but if you've made 7 posts, 10 posts, 30 posts, whatever it might be, it's probably not enough data, it's probably not enough track record for you to know what works, what doesn't, in order to be able to succeed with your coaching business. A lot of the time with all of these things, when it comes to starting, when it comes to growing, one of the biggest things is having a system behind you which allows you to get a ton of volume out there. Using AI to get a lot of testing in terms of what content works, what doesn't work, being able to post a lot, find the winners, and then move forward. But a lot of the time, people just jump into things half-assed, and then they wonder why things don't work. They wonder why things don't work out the way they want it to work out, right? That's probably one of the biggest reasons coaching businesses end up failing a lot of the time, and they don't end up kind of making the money they want to make, right? If you're starting now and you want to grow to the next level, 3 core metrics I would become obsessive with in terms of driving things forward is 1, being able to book sales calls for your coaching business. And the biggest thing to do when it comes to wanting to book sales calls for your coaching business would come down to 2 things, right? 1 would be the kind of content you're creating. Is the content you're creating consistently driving and creating new followers for your page? And then the second thing you want to do is actually have really good conversations with these people coming in. So what you'd want to do is put really good stories, call to actions and stuff like that to get people into your messages. Once you're doing that consistently, you just want to be able to convert these calls that you are booking. So you'd be booking calls. The second thing you want to do after you're doing this is close these calls into high paying coaching clients, right? So at least £600 if you're a complete beginner for a coaching program. If you're more advanced or intermediate, I'd recommend charging anywhere between £997 to £1,500 to start off with for your coaching program. It's where most of our clients start because they're fairly good coaches for their offer and their coaching. they're doing that consistently. And the first thing is obviously coaching clients and getting them amazing results. If you just nail those three things within your coaching business and you just focus on one system, one process to do that consistently, you'd be able to grow, you'd be able to drive and build and succeed with your coaching business. So take it from me here in this short video, in the pool here, in Greece for me, is don't get distracted, don't focus on a shiny object, don't do too many things at once. Get clear on one system to be able to book sales calls, then close these sales calls and coach your clients. Just do these three things. Don't let your ego get on top of you. Don't try and do too many random things. Don't think you're too good to create content. Don't think you're too good to take sales calls, but especially when you're starting out, if you want to make good money, just get really good with that and you'd be able to succeed. And it's gonna sound harsh here, but a lot of the time coaches that we order the coaches we work with in terms of being able to build and grow their coaching business. A lot of the time if I speak to a coach and one conversation they say is, I feel like I feel like I'm too good to be taking sales calls, Plano. Can someone else take them for me, or can I just not take them? I feel like I'm too good to do this in my business, whatever it might be. It might be sales calls, it might be editing content, it might be emails, whatever it might be. By the way, I wouldn't recommend doing emails when you sign off, but whatever the task is, if you feel like you're too good, if that coach hypothetically feels like they're too good to do it, it's too beneath them, especially when they're making their first 2, 3, 4, 5K per month, it's a sign to me if they don't fix their mindset on that one thing and then they get clear that nothing's beneath them. That's how you can win on the social media game. That's how you can win in the landscape of building your coaching business, because building a coaching business comes down to having really good relationships, really good conversations, being able to turn them into sales calls and close them. Like, I was an immigrant that was in England with no money, that moved to England with no money. I watched my mum, my dad work 2, 3, 4 jobs sometimes to make ends meet. I watched them cleaning. I watched them taking rubbish out for like these businesses they're working with. Saw my mum working at McDonald's. I worked at McDonald's when I was 16. Like that is a hard job, right? If it comes to taking a sales call, if it comes to having a conversation with someone in DMs, if it comes to having to post a content or film this late at night, like that is quite literally like day and night difference. And that kind of task I'm doing now that I've just described allowed me to build a business that makes 10K per month, at least as the bare minimum, every single month for the last few years, for the last 3, 4, 5 years, right? And I'm saying this because I feel like I really want to see coaches do well, and I really want to see them build a business. And that conversation I just had with someone in Instagram DMs like 2 days ago, it's just playing on my mind as to why most coaches I think fail, because they feel like there's certain tasks like having messages, like sending messages, or taking a sales call, or creating content. Like they feel like certain tasks are beneath them, or like they feel like they shouldn't be posting every day, should be posting every other day, or whatever it might be. Like all of these tasks, right? If you feel like that, I hate to break it to you, but it's very, very hard to build a coaching business. Very hard. Like there's certain things like that you're going to need to have conversations with people. You're going to need to be able to handle objections. Like especially when you're signing up, I recommend charging high price points as well. Like if you do that, if you put your ego to the side, if you drop it, if you do your very best to kill your ego in the process of building a coaching business, you're way more likely to succeed. You're going to build something really high impact. You're going to be able to look after people you love. You're going to be able to go on holidays. You're going to be able to do some really, really cool stuff in the process, but you just have to be able to back yourself to do these tasks. Don't feel like things are beneath you. Go all in on just doing the stuff that needs to be done. Do the work. Don't get distracted with shiny objects, on trying to overread or try and overanalyze things. Take action, take messy action at the start. That's what it's going to take to build your coaching business. Just back yourself with that, everything else on there becomes way easier, man. If you found this video helpful, it's very raw, it's very off the cuff, it's a very raw conversation I'm having over here. So if you find it helpful, make sure to hit like, make sure to hit subscribe. If you do want to inquire about working with me one-to-one, as you can tell, I'm quite direct, I'm very passionate. We have a really high hit rate when it comes to success with the clients we work with one-to-one within the program, because they'll work with one-to-one with me. I've sold over $2.5 million in fitness coaching programs, so I'll probably help you with building your coaching business as well. If you want to inquire and if you want to know how things work, there'll be a link down below to check that out. And I'll see you in the next video.